All right, so I just want to give a little bit of context to what's going on with me. So, I'm 43. I'm 9 months into healing from my last traumatic brain injury. My last huge TBI was about 9 years ago. I have a history of concussions and brain injury, severe PTSD, ADD, ADHD, OCD, bipolar. I mean, the whole spectrum, you name it. And that's not even going to like the other sphere of like schizophrenia and psychosis and those things. So I'm healing from, and then severe, completely just covered over childhood trauma, severe childhood trauma. Emotional, physical, spiritual, religious, social trauma, severe trauma. So, I'm a mess. And so what happened to me, and that I'm realizing now is, recently in the past year, is that I split. So what happens is you split, okay? In order to deal with trauma, you split. And when you do that, and obviously I did it from a young age and so many times, I think, it could be thousands, God only knows. And that's why everything's so confusing and hard to put things together. No matter how hard you try. So where I'm going with that is, even me, I'm able to see, okay, so I'm able to see through this, and, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these people are saying good things and they are making great points, and I don't know, but I know my brain cannot follow bullshit. Like, as soon as someone starts bullshit, my brain just goes, because, and what I think that is, so I'm trying to explain my process of filtering out bullshit or smelling it or, whatever. When bullshit is being put at me, and like I know it just, my brain, the words don't even make sense. Nothing makes sense. Like these videos, I had to sit there and pause every 5 seconds to process the words, like, because these people are literally just spinning word salad together. So that's how I'm picking up on it. I've always been like that, and I never knew. I just thought it was some weird thing that I was able to do. I never knew why or anything. I never even knew it was a thing. I thought maybe, okay, I'm just fucking get lucky, But that's not it. It's my brain. I split from a young age, so my brain is able to pick up on bullshit, because I guess I'm going, when I'm trying to fit in somewhere and understand something, I'm flying through like a thesaurus of a dictionary of different personalities and splits that I have, to figure out which one that this whatever I'm trying to pick up on is going to be which personality or whatever, however you explain this, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to explain. I got to get this out. This is important because I think this explains a lot. So that's why I can pick up. So when somebody spits bullshit, it's like I got to flip through this whole thesaurus to figure out which split is able to handle that bullshit the best, if that makes sense. And if none of them, it's just like, and it just, well, one of you's got to take one for the team and fucking listen to this, and deal with this. But none of them want to, you know what I mean? So that's how I pick up. And I've always been like that, but it's gotten to the point where like I'm unable. Before I was able to keep on going, but I can't now. Like it's had enough. There's just too much overload, So, I'm coming from these things completely cognizant, thinking extremely deeply on this, on these things, and trying to find answers. Cause I don't even want to be here. I don't want to be alive. I have no reason other than, like I told you guys, by the way, I'm at my son's high school, I'm in beautiful Madison County, Virginia. My son wrestles for the JV team in Shenandoah County, but the varsity team had a wrestling tournament down here today, and so I brought my son down here so he could watch his buddies wrestle. But I can't go in there because I'm so sensitive. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I got special earplugs that I bought to go into public places because I'm so sensitive. And like, that place is a zoo. It's nut to butt in there. It's so fucking loud. And I enjoy it. I mean, that's shit. If there was anything I ever lived for before, it was to go to wrestling tournaments with my sons, you know? I can't even do that any fucking more. But so getting back, so I'm very sensitive. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like an open, raw wound. You know what I mean? Like, there's no hiding anything. Like, anything that I think, say, how I believe, it's all here. It's all here. If any of it doesn't make sense, it's because I have 1,000 different personalities all wanting to fucking say their truth, you know? So I'm integrating. What's happening by me speaking is I'm integrating. I'm getting rid of personalities. I'm dropping splits, you know? And that's what I'm intuiting that's happening. I don't even know. That's why I got these healers to help with this process. You know, guys, I've been sitting there for the past few months not making videos because I started this process off 9 months ago, not wanting to fucking live, and realizing that I had in my soul, I felt like I had undue responsibilities that for my children before I leave. So I was like, okay, I got to get good enough to where I can get my brain functioning to do things right with my kids. And then, I got to do things right. And then, so I was like, well, you know, I can't function being negative. So I dived head fucking deep. Before that, I was all into, like, Jordan Peterson was the man. I was so happy when Peterson came on the scene a few years back, you know, and breathed a breath of fresh air into this bullshit, all this fucking nonsensical bullshit, you know. So I was already, you know, anyways, I'm not going to explain my journey that deep. Where am I going with this? I just want to give you guys an overview. So I had to come out of I had to heal from my brain injury to make things, in order to heal, to make things right with my kids. So I immediately went sure. I knew reincarnation was real. So I went immediately to love bombing, you know, positivity, only I'm in control. Yeah, and you can see that in all my videos, you know. I mean, I was severely concussed, dealing with major traumatic brain injury, and fucking, you'll see in my videos working my dick off and doing what I got to do. Because when it does come down to it, it is mind over matter. You can push yourself, you know. The only thing waiting for you is death. So a few months ago, I was burning out from the love and the positivity, and realizing that I was gaslighting myself to keep going, you know. And all around the same time, I was making amends with my kids and feeling like I was getting my soul right, you know. And all at the same time realizing that, fuck, there's a bigger bamboozlement going on here than what I've ever even thought. And so now that brings me here a few months later, and I intuited the standing machine. I told you guys about that. I opened everything up to where I'm at now. And the more I'm speaking, the more I'm integrating, because I'm dropping that fear I was giving, you know, from my religious programming and my severe, I mean, guys, I would be beat and locked in a room, and there was no savior. There was nothing. There was just me, and that was it. So until you agreed to whatever your captors want, that's what childhood I lived, you know. So you just split so much, man. You just split in order to deal. But you know the truth, like deep down inside, you know, you can tell, you can smell it a million miles away when someone's coming up to you with a game or a prerogative, or you know, something something, you know, they're trying to do other than what they say they're doing. And so I just want to catch you guys up on that. Hopefully that gives a little more clarity. Please feel free to start asking questions, because if individuals who really care about what I'm trying to say, like, and care about me as an individual, want to ask questions, that helps me, no matter how bad you think your question is. Because I understand, I mean, you, from what I'm telling you, I come from such an extreme everything. Like, everything my whole life has been extreme. Like, balls to the wall, no holds, just I jumped out of the plane 43 years ago with no parachute, and I've been falling ever since. So I come across, very weird, I can imagine. So, questions help me, because they help me see things from other people's perspectives, how they're viewing me, which gives me a way to see myself and how I'm behaving, and if I need to go deeper into my thought and, in self-reflection. So yeah, this is to let everybody know I'm completely cognizant. I don't adhere to any fucking religion. I don't adhere to anything. I don't adhere to anybody. I adhere to myself. I love people. There are people I love, that I care about on this earth. There are people that I respect, and those two types of people are honest. They're either my family and friends that, right now I'm trying to figure out, am I supposed to just get rid of loose weight and things holding me down? If people aren't willing to get rid of this cognitive dissonance and be able to operate on a level playing field, because I'm finding my spark to live now, because fuck, man, if I can call out bamboozlement and all these people, there's millions of people just sitting there being bamboozled by these idiots, and it's on purpose. Guys, we live in a realm. We live in this realm where God and your creator created all this, and the person you worship for all your pain and suffering, yeah, that guy, and Satan, and if you do bad, you're going to hell. This realm of earth and magic and positivity and being able to manipulate things, and all these different layers of this realm that you can go in, the spirit realm and this realm and that realm. I don't want anything to do with any of it. Whoever created this God, this demiurge, whatever created your God, your Jesus, can suck my big fat dick. Okay? That's what your God and Jesus can do. Suck my big fat cock. Your Allah, your Buddha, all that shit. Your fucking gurus, your fucking Joe Rogans, anybody you worship, anybody that you would bring up as a refutation to an argument for something that should just be something that comes naturally from yourself, fuck them. Wake up, people. Quit worshiping everything outside of you. That's where all your lack, that's where all your confusion's coming from. Where was I going? I get on a rant. I mean, I got a lot of shit tied up into this. A lot of different split personalities tied up into this religious bullshit, man. Fuck your Jesus. Your Jesus beat the fuck out of me for years, man. Your Jesus beat the fuck out of me and told me all kinds of crazy shit. Your Jesus fucking is a nasty, dirty motherfucker, man. Nasty, dirty Jesus you serve and worship. Yeah. That needed to come out of me. And see, if you're religious, I don't hate you if you're religious. I feel for every individual out here. I feel for all the individuals out here, all the souls. We're all tortured. We're all chained in this fucking prison. This is just how I have to speak to get out of my prison, and I hope it helps you find your way out of yours. And if you guys need just one more thing, when you click off this video, you go, hey, that guy is just fucking out of his goddamn mind. My 13-year-old son, I let him watch that video from the other day, last night, of Matthias. And he's pausing it as he's watching it. And he's going, Dad, what the fuck is he And I go, so this shit is seen, man. This shit is seen. And if you're a parent and you aren't facing these issues and dealing with your own cognitive dissonance and dealing with, aligning yourself, if you are following any kind of leader or government or system or religious system, and you have children, first of all, the only thing you can do as a parent, if you love your children, is do not push one fucking thing on them. Not one fucking thing. Let them find their own way. Don't push any of your baggage and bullshit and all that fear mongering that you got and fear-based living that you live, because that's all it is. If you believe in a government and in a fucking education systems and religious institutions, and man, you were born into the system of control. Look what I'm saying. Okay, now understand. I understand this is all realm, good, bad, evil, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You want to try to, we can fix it. You want to fix this. The system was not meant to be fixed. It's a balanced system, guys. This is a balanced system between good and evil. Good was never going to prevail. That's not how the system was set up. It's not this system. This is a system of contradictions and paradoxes. You can dig down and find the deepest truth you ever, and it's a paradox every fucking time. The exact opposite is true. It's crazy. I mean, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to rationalize this shit. This shit is completely nuts. It was set up like this, like a circle. The Ouroboros eating its own tail, going in circles. I'm done. And that's what I'm saying. For people who can't do that anymore, that can see through it, it becomes extremely clear to those people. Whether it be me, whether it be millions of other people, whether it be a 13-year-old boy who doesn't even know who hasn't been exposed to these subjects and is shown a reasoned articulation of a new age bamboozlement and can see right through it. I mean, come on, guys. You're gaslighting yourselves. If you're following any of these fuckers and you're in pain, you are allowing them to inflict that pain upon you. Now, my position is I'm in all kinds of pain, mental anguish, everything. But now I've been able to detach from everything to the point where now my pain is things that I'm dealing with, and only I can get rid of these pains. You know what I mean? Whereas before, you sit in that Jesus trap and, you're thinking, okay, this is the problem, guys. This is the problem with all these religions and then the new age bullshit. So you look at Jesus and for your savior, and he's going to take care of everything. Then you don't have to think too hard, and things start going real bad and he isn't saving you. So you go, well, fuck. So you go new age and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to reincarnate anyway. So I'm obviously here to suffer for my next life is going to be better. And then you look, man, I would always think, just because of what I went through, that the Jesus and fucking religion trap was the worst trap. But that new age trap is probably even better trap, dude. Because they act like you are more of a thinking person, while at the same time, they set the narrative. As soon as you come over to that side, that new age, they set the narrative that you chose it, and that it's all about positivity. So what it is basically you're just picking sides in this realm to be on the Jesus side. They're using you as an energy. Guys, wake the fuck up. They're using your energy. They're harnessing your energy. They're harnessing you. The Jesus thing is the same thing as the Satan thing. It's just two different sides that are both using your energy for this realm in here. Okay, you're not going to be saved. You are going to reincarnate. You are going to come back here. And most likely, it's not going to be an easy life. It's not going to be easier than the life you got now. Especially with the way things are ramping up in this fucked up world with all this AI bullshit and trying to fucking merge you with a goddamn AI and plant your subconscious in a goddamn screen. I mean, this shit's crazy what these motherfuckers are trying to do. And people are just like lining up for it. And they're lining up for it because because their soul, I believe, my belief at this moment, and from what I can see, is what they have done is we are being born. We are pure, beautiful souls being born into an extremely sick, extremely toxic environment with handlers and controllers that immediately put us in a program. And from day one, we are literally just, our souls are just waiting for that spark to come and start waking and start being able to break free from all control, from the whole, worshiping Jesus, being afraid of Satan, to all of that shit, to thinking you're going to reincarnate, and the reason you're suffering in this life is to learn a lesson and enjoy a better life. Guys, just think of the ludicrousness of this. Think of all these families, like these Rothschilds, the Rockefeller. Think about these wealthy generational wealth families. Not even that wealthy. I have family that just made billionaire status, okay? You're talking about, and they have nothing. There's no communication there. This is what I'm trying to say. These people live a different life, man. It's not real. It's different. And think about it. Of course you want to reincarnate. If that's all you know is every time you get a bump or bruise and you're love bombed and brought back and woohoo, and hey, here's a new Mercedes to not think about it for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? You're just, that happens to you. Sorry, I'm spitting. I've been doing that since my brain injury. But yeah, so it would make you complacent. Why would you want to not come out of this realm? You know what I mean? I know I'm jumping around again. It's my fogginess and just split personalities and all these things. But I just want this is helping me heal, getting this mind jumble out I got going on right now. So yeah, that's all I can deal with is honesty. That's it. A complete 100% honesty. That's all I can deal with. I can't. Oh, so, okay, the other point I was trying to make, this whole lockdown thing, guys, might be blowing over it and acting like, well, what do you expect, and what are you doing to make it better, and blah, 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 all these different things that people do to defend their fucking captors. And that's why I can't be around any of that, because I'm very raw and open right now. So, like, I can't deal with that. I'm like a feral cat. You start bringing that shit at me, I'm gonna fucking where was I going? Oh, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, this whole lockdown thing, like, that affected people who were already, like, vulnerable with mental problems and PTSD problems and all these types of problems, like me, people with childhood problems in there. That's why people had all these problems because it's like, none of it makes sense. Because your captor, the people you were worshiping, were now locking you down and forcing you to do things and not even getting it. So it creates cognitive dissonance, is what I'm saying. It creates splits in your personality. And what it does is it's like you're fighting inside yourself. And yeah, what you do on the outside is you take a stand, and then on the inside, and you're fighting. You'll fight to the death against friends, family. You'll fight anybody to the death. People you love, individual souls, beautiful souls, you'll fight them to the death. Defending these goddamn institutions and fucking schools and governments and faceless, soulless, fucking black, dark, nasty, goddamn gooey. That is my biggest thing. I just don't understand. I don't understand how people can hurt their family and friends, so what they do is they take their stand, fuck their family and friends, and then inside they're battling themselves inside. And then that's where the real fucking problem starts, because now not only have you created an outward social problem, but now people are splitting insides, fighting themselves. So that's why this shit needs to be talked about. That's why this needs to be an open death needs to be an open discussion. The fact that we are at the whim and mercy of our military industrial complex, the fact that our local police will at any moment bust through your door and put you in a prison, and you will be locked, key thrown away, and just gone. And the great thing about this journey that I'm on is I don't even give a fuck if they did that shit to me. If it came down to, okay, you have two choices: recant what the fuck you're saying, or go to prison for, fuck you, bitch. My shit's out there, motherfucker. Yeah, get me to shit. And they know they can't. And people like me, they know I am a danger to the system. But I'm not special. The only thing that makes me special is I was born like this. That's the only thing. So I was the brave one. Guys, think to high school, think to when, growing up, think all the social groups you were in. There was always that one motherfucker who just wouldn't shut the fuck up and always had to go against the grain, always had to go, motherfuck you. You know what I mean? I'm that person. So what I'm trying to say here is I just happened to get real honest with myself and figured these things out. The only reason so now I'm coming out and I'm saying it. If this shit resonates with you, understand that you're not crazy is what I'm trying to say. If although the millions of people around you and all these followers of these gurus and gods that you follow are telling you one thing, but inside and outside you're going, and you've been doing it for years going, But every time you turn away and you got to face yourself and yourself asks you, do you really believe this shit? And you're going, what the fuck? I'm just here to give credence to that spark inside of you is all I'm here for. That's it. That is where my purpose in life is now. I'm finding my reason to live because now life is getting enjoyable. This is becoming fun to me now. I'm having fun exposing these cocksuckers, even if it's just a few people that it opens their minds up and their hearts and their souls to this shit, to be able to free them from the chains that bind that they were born with, then it's worth it, man. Just one other soul. That's all it takes. Because, yeah, man, I'm telling you, this makes me feel so good because it's truth. It's like, fuck, the truth is finally getting out there. Fuck. Words are finally being said that are actually strung together with a meaning and a purpose other than to bamboozle and fucking play word magic on people. You know what I mean? Things are being said in a way. Words are magic, guys. That's why it's called spelling for a reason. All this shit's for a reason. You just don't understand it and you're being bamboozled. And I'm not saying you have to go in and try to figure out all the gematria and all this shit and figure out how. No, that's part of the system. That's part of the loop. What you have to understand is it's part of the loop. It's another distraction. It's another rabbit hole. It's another fucking place to get lost. You know what I mean? I should probably end this here. So I think this is probably the longest fucking video I've ever done. Who's going to listen to this? Maybe 2 people? But you 2 people, I'm talking to you. You know, I'm talking to you. I mean, damn, guys, we're here. This shit's real. We're here. And I'm looking, now my wonderment and amazement is what is really, where are we headed after this? That's a cool thing to think about. Once we're free from this jail, matrix, prison system world, fucked up clown shit we live in. I can't wait to meet all you beautiful souls on the other side. You know what I mean? I feel like us connecting. I feel like I'm connecting with people like all over. I feel it. That's what I feel. You don't have to believe me. I don't give a fuck. I make no money off this. Think about that. All those things, all these people that upset you, and call into question your belief systems that are so deeply ingrained in you. Think about this. All the people that you fight about that, why? Think about this. You fight these people, and these people, all they're trying to do is just spark a critical thought in your head. They're trying to bring you past the dogma and the narrative that you were given and have spit out your whole life and think for yourself, So why are you attacking them over, and these people, even if they don't even know you and they do so, these souls care about you more than these governments, institutions, and religious organizations that have been enslaving you probably for multiple lives. All we're trying to do is get you to think for yourself, question for yourself. It's not part of the devil. No, it's not part of the devil to question for yourself. Come on, guys. And the reason I say that is because that's what I thought for years. I was deeply, I mean, they had to beat that fucking narrative into me because I refused to accept it. And it took them years and years and years and years. And I ran away 3 times until the 3rd time I finally made it away. And by that time I was so hurt, I couldn't have anything to do with any of this shit anymore, you know? And then you can only imagine how my next 25 years went until I'm sitting here today. So that's my story, guys. That's a quick overview. This is healing for me to be able to get this shit out. Please, if you feel like you should leave a comment, leave a comment. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. You know, nowadays I just look at things as, you know, whether I'm feeling sorry for someone because they're wasting away, slaving, you know, unknowingly for someone else, or I look at it as a grateful situation that I came across another soul, you know, honest, raw, authentic, real, true, empathetic, definitely soul. So to those souls, I love you.